Hey, Justin, how is the new lease option course coming along?
Oh man, I am so glad you asked about that. It's coming along real well, and I think it'll be done by the end of this coming week. So that's good. Yeah, lease options 2.0 with outsourcing. Okay, so this is actually not a lot of theory. It's not like how lease options work or you know, the details like that, the things that we probably, most of us that hang around here probably already kind of understand. It's not that, it's just really the execution of the thing, how to do getting leads, how to do calling leads, how to do the paperwork. And in addition to that, how to outsource and the tools and all that stuff that go along with that. So, yeah, I'm excited about it, man. I'm trying to share this live stream over to the group. But anyway, welcome everybody out there in the ether. Glad you're here. This is Justin Chamness with the Real Estate Wholesalers Club, where we're talking this morning about getting you to your first deal that shut up money. And somebody's already hitting us up in the chat here. So, hey, that's what it's all about. Hey, Debbie, good morning. Good morning, everyone. You could be doing a lot of things on Saturday, but you're right here. So, welcome. Thank you. I feel honored. We're going to talk here just a few minutes about getting started and what I would do if I were getting started. And I just feel like that's kind of a big question in a lot of people's minds. You know, if I were starting over today, what would I do? Well, what do I recommend for people just getting into the business? Okay. Well, first of all, I recommend that you completely embrace one concept. Okay. Now, what I'm talking about is how we all get distracted on YouTube. I stay up till, I'll just be honest, I'll stay up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning watching YouTube videos because I don't know, it's addictive. I think it literally is addictive. And so I'm always watching YouTube videos, but I'm also a big person of action. I didn't always used to be. In fact, I used to think I was lazy, maybe. I thought that was a possibility. And I've come to learn that I'm not lazy. I'm just me. And maybe you're not lazy, you're just you. And you need to find the right rhythm. But I think a lot of what plays into laziness or what seems to be laziness is the distraction of everything and the confusion that it brings. Okay. If you're in the lease options business, there's only four things that need to happen. Okay. If you're in the virtual co-wholesale business or the ugly house business, there's only four things that need to happen for you to be successful. Okay. It doesn't matter if you're talking about subject to or pre foreclosure or what have you. Four things. Four things. And we can feel overwhelmed getting started thinking about, is this program better than this program? Is this software better than this software? Is this, can I, can I get lists here? And then what lists are the best lists? And then I called this person about lists and they said they only sold to just a few people every quarter. And I was disappointed. Then I was disillusioned a little bit about the list thing. And then I finally ended up getting a list off of a guy that I found on, ugh, it's crazy, drive you crazy. So, there's four things. And yes, getting lists, man. I was visiting with a guy this week. He said he got the list. He got as far as a skip trace. And, I could tell in the tone of his communication with me, which was text, that he was frustrated as all get out with trying to get this list skip trace. And guys, everything is simple. Okay. Um, but the thing is there's only 4 things that really matter. Okay. Really. And that's not CRMs, and that's not, whatever out there. It's getting leads, and then it's converting those leads, those seller leads, converting those seller leads, right? Getting deals. That's it. 2 things. 1 and 2, getting leads, converting those leads, right? Then number 3 would be marketing that deal to a buyer's list or to find tenant buyers. How are you going to market it? And then number 4, putting that buyer in place and tying it all together. That's it. 4 things. Now, I would bet, getting started, if you're like me, you probably have, spent hours, countless hours on your thoughts on everything in the world about real estate, wholesaling, everything in the world about wholesaling, but not really those 4 things. And those are the only 4 things that matter. Those are if I'm looking out over across the horizon of wholesaling real estate, I see 4 mountain peaks, and that's it. Those are the 4 mountains to climb. There's no others. Okay. If you want to know how my business is set up, it's high tech. It's high tech. I heavily depend on automated REI. I use Propstream some. I have a CRM. It is Trello.com. It's free. Does my team use it? Yes. We all use it, and it's free. Okay. I could spend countless hours. I don't even use business cards. Okay. I'm not trying to design my business card. All of my landing pages, all of my website stuff, everything, comes from getresponse.com. It's a landing page. And it was all orchestrated to work together. Okay. You know how much I spend on this entire business infrastructure? Well, honestly, it's about $150 a month. I am a cheapskate, y'all. All right. I am a cheapskate. I will pinch pennies. And you're like, well, how does that work? Because Propstream's $97 a month, and then you got Get Response with the landing pages. You're probably paying $50 there. Yeah, that's true. That's almost the sum of it, really. Except I've gotten a Propstream buddy. Hey, y'all ever think of this? Get a Propstream buddy, and then you guys pay the subscription. You share it, the fee, and then you can both use it together separately, all together separate. Okay. Just a thought. I do it. Okay. I do it. Why not? All right. I told you I'm a cheapskate, guys. I am. And you might be thinking, wow, it doesn't sound like somebody that makes a lot of money. Oh, how many people do you know that are wealthy, rich, well off, whatever word you want to call it? Yeah, all of them. Kite. Pretty much. They didn't get rich by wasting money. Okay. Enough said about that. All right, guys. I'm afraid our guest for today is a no-show. It looks like, unfortunately, and I was really looking forward to that. He might, who knows what might have happened. He might have had some kind of an emergency. Actually, there's a big, ginormous snowstorm thing happening right here where I live. So I don't know. He's up in Minnesota. Maybe it's worse there. I don't know, but it's like snowpocalypse here. Who's in the chat room here with me today in the Zoom room? And welcome everybody again. Thanks for letting me. Scott Kennedy said he's driving to an auction, listening to me. Man, is it slick out there? Because it looks bad, man. You're gonna be good at the auction today. I don't think you're gonna have a lot of competition out there, brother. Hey, you know, that's an interesting thing. This guy's a friend of mine. He does retail arbitrage. I don't know if you know what that means, but basically, you know, like we flip houses. He flips everything else. That's what that means. Why don't the guys in the Zoom room here go ahead and unmute your microphones? And since we don't have a guest today, we're just going to have to wing it a little bit here. If you got some Q and some Q, I'll try to come up with some A. So go ahead and ask your questions. Let's get some interaction going. We haven't done that in a little bit, really. We've had a lot of guests, had some time off. We had all that. So now we're back at it. Back at it. Hey, welcome, Rocky. It's good to meet you this week.
Yeah.
You're a star now, man. You're live on several platforms all across the world.
Yeah. Well, you know, since yesterday, like I bought my domain name. I just bought ihomebuyers.com. So I'm going to build a whole brand around that, and I'm getting my website set up now. And so I'm ready to start pulling leads using the automated REI. And you know, you were saying you don't use the Propstream as much, because I was in there playing around too, and you know, seems pretty powerful. But like, you know, you were saying use the automated REI more. So I just, you know, wanted to see, like, you know, how you'd recommend like pulling, you know, pulling leads for, you know, the rent leads or the lease leads, and like, and the buyers leads, because you need both, right? You got to have the buyers and you got to have the deal.
Yep.
Right.
That's correct. Yeah. In the 4 mountain peaks, you know, of wholesaling, it's getting the seller leads and then converting those leads into deals. And then it's marketing those property deals and to a buyer's list or or to the general public, you know, through Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or, you know, what have you. And then there's just, you know, converting that buyer into a customer that pays money for that deal. That's it. So yeah, you got to have leads. Coming up with, okay, so let's talk about leads. On the seller side, automated REI is awesome. Okay, awesome. I put out a video this week, 4 ways to make endless leads with automated REI. Guys, I don't own automated REI. I'm just friends with Michael Batista. He is the owner. And actually, I think we were friends while he was putting a lot of it together. So it really, it's just kind of one of those, what do they call that when it's not serendipity, is it? What is that word? It's just like, it was kind of like, I don't know. It was magical how we somehow met. But anyway,
synchronicity.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's really cool. And I'm thankful for it. And so, but anyway, yeah, 4 ways to, so there's the Craigslist scraping and the Zillow scraping, and then there's the list pulling, okay? And then there's the skip trace of the list, okay? And then there's a couple other ways I talked about in that video. You guys might check that out, but yeah, getting leads for the sellers nowadays, not necessarily hard, okay? There are a lot of options out there, and this one is a great option. It works, very effective, and it's inexpensive. So that's the best part. But so that's the leads there. Now, how do you get leads for buyers? We were talking about this yesterday, Rocky, you and me, and you can get a list off of automated REI of cash buyers. You could skip trace it, and you could upload it. You could text blast them, or you could dial them up, call them. What's some other ways to get buyers? A buyer's list. Somebody brought an idea to me the other day, and I want your feedback on this. Has anybody tried this here in the Zoom room? They said, somebody told me, and they said, I won't tell you who it was that told them. It was another coach guy or whatever. He said, go to Fiverr and get one of those people on Fiverr.com, you know, the virtual assistant site. He said, go there and just find somebody that has a cash buyers list and just buy it from them. That, bada bing, boom, done. Wrap it up. Call it a wrap. Show's over. End of story. What do you guys think about that?
I'll switch. I'm gonna check fiber.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
Do you mean like buy a nationwide lead, a nationwide list, or like a local list?
Well, his from the way I understand it, and I've heard this man say it too, you could just go there and get it either nationwide, or you could get it geographically specified for your area, your market area. So I went and looked, y'all. Anybody ever go to fiverr.com and look?
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Why don't we? We ain't got nothing else to do. My guest speaker bailed on me today. That's all right. Wait a minute. I need to get this. How do I get this browser up, man? This doggone thing keeps popping up. There we go. Let's just go to Fiverr and see if we can find a cash buyers list. Anybody else in the room done this?
Yes.
You have? What was your experience?
I haven't done it for cash buyers list, but I've done it for vacant properties and for other things. And I've, you got to look at the people's feedback. I mean, if they've got a 5-star rating and they've got 100 feedback, then
yeah,
you're probably dealing with somebody that's been around and knows how to do it. One thing I did find though, when you buy a vacant list, assume that maybe 80% of them are not going to be vacant. So,
yeah, that's an important point too. I can't remember my login for Fiverr, y'all. Somebody that's out there that's got an account with Fiverr, pull it up, and then just search cash buyers list, and then share your screen with us when you got it up. Let's just take a look at it. Let's dive in. I'm all about that, because there's a lot of ways to come up with cash buyers list. Here's what I recommend. First of all, have a Craigslist ad up for yourself if you're in your local market. That should be a no-brainer. That's the biggest classified section in the entire country, and you ought to have an ad in it all the time. All right. What does that ad say? Hey, the ad says, hey, look at me. I've got contracts. I'm getting paper. Call me. All right. Put it in your own words, guys. That's my point. You don't have to have my specific lingo. Tell them you're a real estate wholesaler. Hell, tell them you're new. Okay.
Hey, Justin, I have my account open to cash buyers on Fiverr.
Yeah, pull it up, man.
How do I share it?
You move your cursor. There's a green box on the bottom. That menu pops up, and it'll say share.
Oh.
And then you hit share, and then you hit screen, and then you hit go. Yeah, let's take a look at it. Oh, here we go. You're starting to share screen. Okay. I will build your real estate cash buyers list. $10. Okay, but now I've had some experience with Fiverr, so and I teach this in my course too. In the outsourcing, the lease options 2.0, to go to Fiverr to find virtual assistants to help with parts of your program and your machine that you're building in your lease options or co-wholesale business. And one of these deals is Fiverr that I talk about. And I know from experience with Fiverr that it says I will build your cash buyers list for $10. But when you click on it, there's some caveats to this. His cash buyers list for $10 may be like 4 people, or it may be, that he has upgrades you can purchase. Why don't you just click on one, man? Let's see what it looks like, James. I appreciate your helping. That's great.
Which one? Let me.
I will build your real estate cash buyers. That first one with 4.6 stars. Let's just go see what he's offering.
Okay, so he starts off with a basic $10. Then you got a standard for $20, and a 500 cash buyers for $100. That's kind of expensive, I think. But which one do you want to go?
50 cash buyers. Okay, you guys remember I always say if you're looking for cash buyers for a co-wholesale business or a wholesale ugly house business, you need to have a minimum on your list of 150. Because in order to have 2 or 3 ready to go at any time, ready to buy something at any time, you're going to want to have 150 on that list. Now that sounds like a lot. I promise you it's not. It's not even hard to get. You could get it in hours, minutes. I got a video on that too. That's it actually in the co-host sale 2.0 program. What is this? 100 cash buyers for $20. What's the premium one? That's standard. Okay, there you go. For $100, 5-day delivery, 500 leads included, formatting and cleanup, 20 hours of work. Okay.
I think you could sign up for a Propstream account probably and find cash buyers that way, or I think automated REI, you can get cash buyers that way.
That's probably all they're doing.
Man, I'm doing it now. I'm signing up for Fiverr right now. I'm posting a gig that I'll give anybody 500 cash bars for $100. You throw me a Benjamin, I'll give you 500 cash bars. I'm just going to rip it right off Propstream. Take it right. Matter of fact, I'm going to hire a VA to do all that for me.
Yeah, why not?
Oh my gosh, Rick, James.
Yes, sir.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I've actually made some decent money on Fiverr before.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so in other words, 500 cash buyers for $100. You could go subscribe to Propstream 7-day free trial, and then you could get a $97 a month. I know that stings. That's why I partner up with somebody. You guys, somebody called me the other day. It was Thomas, my friend. He's not with us in the Zoom room today, and that's okay. I miss him. But anyway, he said, I was watching one of your videos. Why do you have Michael Batista's login for Propstream? I said, because Mama lifted weights, but she didn't raise no dumbbells, man. Okay. Like, I know how to cut costs. I will too, buddy. I am a cost cutting dude. Yeah. So you could go to Propstream, get it for 97 and get, what is it? 10,000? I think, what is the limit? I think they cap you at like what?
10,000.
Yeah. 10,000 for 97. Or you could come over here and pay, whatever this, what is this guy's name? You could come over here and pay.
Not sure what his name is.
Yeah. We're going to plug this guy right here, right now. Since we're live, we're plugging. It's all the way at the top, I think. No, there it is, right? Yeah.
Leaders Rat 12.
Leads Rat. Lead S Rat. Lead S Rat. Man,
can you show us in Propstream how to do it? Like the polar buyers list?
Yeah. Yeah, you got Propstream, James?
Yeah, I do.
Man, just go ahead with it. I was gonna say I could definitely log into that, but go ahead and share, man. If you want to just hop on over to Propstream and do that. Yeah. I like the way this is flowing today. This is feeling good, guys. I'm enjoying this Saturday show here today. I'm having fun. I think just diving into this stuff together is kind of informative. I'm learning some things. All right. So long story short, is it good or not good to go to Fiverr and buy cash buyers list? In my opinion, I think we already know what that opinion is. It doesn't really even make sense to do that, but you could. Okay. Yeah. Oscar put in the chat a big emphatic no. It doesn't make any sense. Plus you don't know the quality of this data. This might be Ezrat's cousins, and like his neighbor Bilo. I don't know. It's hard to say. But here on Propstream or automated REI, you can trust the data is good data.
Justin, give me an address that you want me to search cash buyers for.
Oh, let's just do that one right there. Let's do yours. 206 Ponte Verde. What is it?
Vedra
Drive.
And I'll tell you just a little bit about this because I think I had mentioned this before, but this is a woman who owns 3 properties. She's like 84 years old on oxygen. She wanted to sell. This is the only house that she has or property that she has that's vacant. And she was basically taking best offers and final offers from multiple investors. I came in at 72,500, which I think was way too high for what my numbers needed to be. But knowing that she was working with other investors, I kind of raised it up a bit. But after having an inspector / contractor go in and do an estimate on the property, we're looking at like $25,000, $20,000 to $25,000 worth of rehab.
Wow.
And realistically, this particular property, there are just no comps for it, or very, very few comps. So it's really hard to determine what the value of the property is. And, maybe we could sell it for 110 or 115 or something later, but the numbers just didn't work out. So we ended up just walking away.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I see.
She
That's tough.
Yeah, she wouldn't do owner financing or anything like that. So, okay, so cash buyers.
Man, that's what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk about owner finance, but man, we will at some point. But I'm having fun with this. Let's dive into this too. I'm loving this. Okay. Oh yeah. So right here, Propstream, right? Yeah. All you gotta do is put the address in or the area you want to do. You could do Kansas City, right? You could do all of Kansas City, right? Try that. Go up to the top, just type in Kansas City, Missouri, and see if you can do an entire, like market area. Yes, you can. All right, look at that.
Only 33,000 cash buyers.
Wow. What? Yeah, 33,000. Man, I'm gonna have to beef up my list a little bit here, y'all. I don't have a cash buyers list in Kansas City with 33,000 people on
it. So Justin, I haven't used this for cash buyers before, but I'm assuming that I would click on where the cursor is right now.
Yeah. No, click the cash buyers button at the top right there in the middle where it says 33,000. Just click that. You did already, it looks like. Okay. And then over here, you can filter it right there. So let's click that. Wait a minute.
Just filter it at the top.
Yeah.
Right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the wrong filter button.
Okay.
So here, owner occupied. Walk us through this. What's it say? You can see it better than me.
Owner occupied, occupancy status, property characteristics, MLS status, pre-foreclosure. I mean, these things don't seem to relate to being a cash buyer, but
that's okay. Yeah, that's so true. So interesting.
Can you see my screen?
Unless I wonder, Rick, if do you have an opinion on this, man? I don't know. If you click the occupied or the vacant, I mean, I wonder if that means if it would recognize whether or not that buyer is not occupying the property. In other words, it's like an investment. I wonder if it would indicate whether or not. Why don't we try it? Click one, click occupied, and then hit go, and then hit vacant actually. Owner occupied. No, that's what I mean. Sorry. Forget that one. Do any. All right. Now get up and run around the table 3 times.
Okay. Any or no?
No, put no right there. And then below that occupancy status, put any. Yeah. All right. Perfect. Yeah. Let's see if it changes the 33,000.
It should.
If it does, then we're probably looking at landlords.
Yeah. The filter should work in all list choices. According to Burton.
You probably want to go with,
I think so too, but I haven't deciphered how that. I mean, it's obvious how it applies to the sellers, but the menu options here aren't really clear for the buyers, are they? Or maybe I'm just dumb.
Well, just scroll down to the bottom and click submit. See what the number change is.
It just
or close. Click close. Sorry, click close. Scroll up a little bit.
Oh
There
yeah.
you have it.
Yeah, it dropped off.
22,000.
11,000 people fell off there. Okay. Wow. Yeah, and we could probably limit this by time. You know, this is probably going back for who knows how long. It would
Yeah, you
have
could
to
limit
be.
it. Yeah, I've used it on a few different states where I've targeted into like a small town
Yeah.
and actually used the pencil that's there on the upper left and drew a little map like within a certain mile radius of, some different properties and
Yeah.
really kind of zone in on it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not perfect, right? But it's not bad.
You know, I got Propstream, and here's why. Because I use it myself, but like I said earlier, I use it some. I got it because I have a virtual team. Okay, so I've got acquisition people and VAs, and they need to do certain things for my business. And I was like, how can I get data in a machine where they can all use the same stuff, get the, and so I don't know all, to be honest, Frank, I'll just be real with you. I don't know all the ins and outs of how they think through going through the foreclosures list every single day and picking out the new ones. I don't really know how they go about. Maybe I should ask them. I should.
There's a technique. When I was watching the Propstream interview with you and the owner, he showed a technique how to know who the true buyers are, the true investors on the cash buyers. And I was trying to do the search myself, and I couldn't do it. But what he was doing was he would search all the cash buyers from say like January to March, and then he would do a search also for all of the homes that sold in that area, like in the next 3-month period, and he was able to match like who the flippers were, the real flip, the people who are buying and flipping.
Yeah,
by doing a search like a 3-month, like who's buying, and then a 3-month of who's selling. And when he did it, like the buyers showed up on the same list. Like one day showed up as the buyer and then as the seller within that period of time, and they gave like the true data. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how he did that.
Well, I'm gonna have to go watch that video again, man. Rocky, I remember that happening too. I remember him doing that too, and I remember sitting in that video on that show that day thinking, holy smokes. This is pretty amazing how he's pulling this specific data right here, right now. This is magic. But I also remember thinking, we've been at this show now for about 100 minutes and my brain is fried. I don't know what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like this guy, he knows it like the back of his hand, but this machine is so deep that, I mean, I can't catch it all at a first pass like that. So I'm going to have to go watch that video again.
It went down to 9 people, right? It went from all these people, cash buyers, down to 9 who are actually the movers and shakers in that area. And I was like, wow.
Yeah. Cool. I've got a on my YouTube channel, I've got a playlist right there on my channel called Tools and Agreements. And in that playlist, it's a short playlist. There is that video. It's Burton Alicondo, I believe, and me and you guys. And we're just going through this Propstream. Remember, he went through it like it was an in-depth tutorial, and I needed a nap by the time he was done. You know what I mean? Like for real. But I was totally more impressed with the machine. Okay, but even then, the machine is more than I need. And I don't like the pricing on some of the marketing. Okay, so I used automated REI. Remember, because I said I'm a penny pincher.
Yeah.
I can get the same data. I can get the same, I can get, actually I can skip trace over there for like 5 cents, tier 3. And here, I think it's $0.25 a record.
30 cents, I think.
30 cents. Yeah. So it's like, I don't, I had I've got a fella that told me the other day, he spent, I think I shared this with somebody. He spent like 700 something bucks on some skip trace. And I was like, whoa. you could have went to Automated REI and got it for about $80. $80. He paid 45 cents a record.
Yike.
Oh, man, that stings. But
Justin, with
Yeah.
I don't know is my screen still showing to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Because one thing that you do get on Fiverr is you're going to get the name and address and contact information and stuff, whereas you're not going to get that with this. If I come over here and click on records, I'm not sure if that's just saving.
Yeah, that's how you do it. Then you add to list.
Yeah, add to list, and
right there at the top. Yep.
Then after that, you got to skip trace those.
Exactly. Yeah, you have to skip trace this list, which Propstream is now willing to do for you, right? Except you say 30 cents a record. I thought it was 25, but 30. But either way,
yeah.
Ouch.
Hey, by the way, just I don't share this in my local market.
And here I am. I'm sitting here at the desk with a Propstream mug on. I love Propstream. I'm just saying.
You got yours for Christmas too?
Did you get one?
I did. Yeah.
Oh man, you shouldn't have told me that because I was thinking I was special and everything. And
yeah, man, I've had Propstream for a year. Where's my mug? I'm calling Burton.
Are you serious?
Well, I'm actually an affiliate for Propstream, so.
That's what's up. See, Rick, you got to become an affiliate like James and me.
Hey, Justin. I was looking at one of your videos the other day about hyped $1 million deals. Like you're in California. Can you talk about like the like yesterday you were talking about $1 million deals you guys are doing. How do the numbers work on stuff like that? Like, I mean, how much can you make on something like that?
Yeah. It's the same identical game as the smaller deals, except in many cases, the homeowner is more smart, more sophisticated, savvy with money, used to making money decisions, less timid about it. Okay. Less BS, if I can say it that way. And so we're looking for, 3 to 5% down. That's what I go for. Okay. Other people might go for 10 or 20 or whatever. That's great if you can get it. I don't put a number on my listings. I don't put a number on my listings where I'm advertising for a tenant buyer, because I want that tenant buyer prospect to call in or text in and initiate a conversation. And I want to be able to have said to him or say to him or her, this is a great opportunity. You understand it. It's not just for rent. You want to own. Great. Wonderful. Okay. Perfect. Everything seems suitable with you. This opportunity does require, all right, some money initially invested. What are you working with? And I let them tell me, and I'll negotiate with them. Okay. Because I want to make a deal work with these people. I don't want them to run away just because they don't have the money, or they think they don't have the money, or they have a part of the money, or, okay, I want to be able to negotiate and make the decision whether or not I'm willing to work with these people if they got enough. All right. I will take a down payment. You could say, well, it's not a down payment. Now, wait a minute. It's not a down payment. It's an assignment fee, or it's a non-refundable option fee. But I will take on that non-refundable option fee. And you might think I'm a dirty, dirty person for this. I don't think so. I will take a down payment on that option fee and let them finance the rest. If I like them, if they're good and clean, and they have some decent, significant type down payment on that option fee, I'll work with them on that. Does that make me crazy, or does that make me the guy that does more deals?
Good morning, everyone. I can talk now.
Who's this? Debbie.
Debbie.
Hey, Debbie.
I've been here. I just couldn't talk until now.
So to answer your question, on a $1 million deal, we're talking about like what, 30 grand? So That's what I'm saying. But if you're a tenant buyer and you're calling me and you got 18 grand, but you're willing to make some decent payments monthly, I'll set you up. Does that make me crazy? Nobody has comments on that? Debbie, hey, welcome.
No, that
by the
doesn't
way.
make you crazy. How do you just do like a promissory note with them, or
Exactly.
how do you do that?
Exactly, Debbie. Why not? You know, we're taking this business
Yeah.
and we're getting a down, like it's not a down payment, but we're getting our money up front usually.
Right.
You can go ahead and stop sharing your screen if you want to, James.
Okay.
Um,
Trying to figure out how to do that.
okay. There we go. So yeah, what was I saying? What? I was talking about
Promissory note.
Oh yeah, promissory note. Oh, we're normally making all our money on the front, right? Like we get paid, and then the bad part about that is we don't get paid no more. If you're assigning that deal over to the tenant buyer, you don't get paid no more. That's it. You don't get the back end. You don't get a monthly, right? If you're sandwiching the lease option, you're staying as the meat in the middle of the two pieces of bread. Seller, buyer, you, meat. We got the meats like Arby's. Well, I got the meat sweats. All right. So here's a way for you to create a monthly revenue. All right. Create a monthly cash flow, all while assigning the deal. Okay. And walking away. Yeah, you're still giving up the monthly. Yeah, you're still giving up the back end, but you're also creating a monthly if you take a down and a promissory note. You want to know another thing that's
Quick
cool?
question.
I've got it set up where the bank does automatic draft. How cool is that? The bank automatic.
That's great.
Yeah.
Because you've already semi-approved them or whatever, worked with them that they're going to be able to do the mortgage at the end, don't you? Or not if you're assigning it, only if you stay in the middle.
Whether I'm assigning it or whether I stay in the middle, it doesn't matter. I'm going to, during the process of pre-screening that tenant buyer, when they come to me and they like the property and I like them and everything, I'm definitely going to do the right thing here. And I'm going to advise them, hey, you need to go home, whatever, pick up the phone in a quiet place where you got 15 minutes and call Rocket Mortgage. Okay. It used to be Quicken, but I think it's changed now all to just Rocket Mortgage.
Yeah, they were still doing both a while ago.
Yeah. So I think it's just Rocket Mortgage now. So I tell them to go call Rocket Mortgage. It's all they've seen commercials for it on TV. They could literally apply for a home loan right there without talking to somebody, but I want them to talk to somebody because I want that somebody to be able to say, oh yeah, it's this credit card that needs to be paid down. That's what's up. Oh yeah, it's
so
this.
They know what they need to do.
Exactly, Debbie. Yeah, I want them to be able to make a quality decision and not get burned here unless they just do stupid stuff to get burned. And when I say get burned, I mean invest the money to get the non-refundable option fee paid, put the first month's rent down, maybe a security deposit to move in, make the payments, and then in the end of the term realize even though they might still want to buy, well, they don't know they can't buy because they didn't know they were supposed to be paying down this credit card, and oops, that's going to be another $6,500.
They didn't do the steps to be able to do it.
Yeah, you want them to be equipped at least to win. I mean, don't you want to give them at least a chance at winning? Yeah. So,
of course.
Yeah. So you definitely want to recommend. I recommend that they go call Rocket Lawyer or whatever mortgage company is of their choosing or broker guy, home loan people. It doesn't have to be Rocket. It can be anything else. It could be a family friend. I just want them to educate themselves. So definitely.
Hey, Justin.
Yeah.
So part of the underlying premise of what we're doing is to solve the problem for a real estate owner, for the seller. And how do you do your best job to make sure that the tenant buyer default on their obligations under the contract?
You guys want the truth, or you want me to give you the flowers and the rainbows?
The truth.
Okay.
Flowers and rainbows.
Hey man, it's good to see you, Edward. Man, I saw you in the chat earlier and I got distracted and I didn't greet you, but man, I'm glad you showed up here in the room. Good to see you.
Good to see you all.
Yeah, the truth is that only about 40% of them are even gonna buy. Really. That's my experience. Okay. 40% of the tenant buyers you place in a rent to own deal are going to succeed and purchase that property. That means 60%, 6 out of 10 are going to find an excuse to walk away and leave every last dime they invested. I cannot.
Yeah, that's crazy, but yeah.
I can't explain it. And you warned them. You had a disclosure in your packet. You explained to them, go talk to a mortgage guy. I'll give you another staggering statistic. And I don't know this to be fact, but from my watching my business and what I can gather, when you advise a tenant buyer prospect, hey, go talk to Rocket Mortgage, or go talk to your mortgage guy or a mortgage guy and find out what the story is, what you got to do. My experience has been only about really 40% of them will do it. It's kind of, I feel like those numbers coincide, those two statistics.
Okay. In a typical lease option transaction, what percentage of the sales price of the house are you charging them as an option payment?
Yeah. I'm looking for 3 to 5%.
That's all?
That's it. Yeah. I don't even understand. I mean, maybe I'm missing the boat, or maybe I'm just too nice. Maybe I'm a chump. Okay. Maybe I'm what Claude calls a schmuck. Okay. Because I could get 10 or 15 or 20. I just don't see it happening. And I mean, and I don't even know if I would feel right about it if I did. Knowing that when they get to the mortgage table at the end and the mortgage guy says, well, in order to close on this, you're going to have to bring another 2% to the table. And you're going to have to put it into my basket. Or you're going to have to bring another, and here I've taken 15, 20% and was like, see ya, I'm outie. Okay. I don't know. I just want to play reasonable with people. Maybe that's dumb of me.
But with many loans, don't they have to put down 20%?
Yeah, but not. Yeah, but this is probably not. That's conventional stuff, man. There's a lot of first-time home buyers type situations out there right now, and a lot of opportunities for people to get in way under the bar. I bet Rick knows a lot about that.
I approach it a little bit different.
What do you do, Rick? Tell us.
During our conversation, I usually ask them, what are you expecting to put down on this?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I do. Yeah, but I kind of have that mind frame of what I'm looking for, though. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just kind of get a feel for where they're sitting financially, and regardless of what they say, I'm always kind of hesitant about it. Like, okay, and I just try to see where they're at, do a little bit more digging, and 9 times out of 10, if we need a little bit more money up front, they can find it somewhere. But I don't ever throw out any digits. That's for sure.
Yeah. That's like I was saying. I don't put it on the listing because you're going to scare away some people that don't understand the concept. Okay, and then you're also going to pigeonhole yourself. So you'll feel bad about that if that happens. If I put $2,000, non-refundable deposit required or what have you, and a guy comes to the table and he's like, yeah, no problem. I'm thinking in my head immediately, man, that dude probably had 4 or 5. He could, but I'm not trying to like, get the guy to pay for 20% of the house right here in my pocket, plus too, you got to think about this. You got to create that equity. You got to create that equity in the deal. I don't know. Maybe if you get a deal that's way under market, you got that room. Do you understand what I'm talking about, guys? When I say you got to create that equity in order to get this deal done, you're going to create 20, 30% equity. What are you going to do? I don't know. You got to watch it. What are you going to do if that guy comes back in 2 years? I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking myself out of money here, guys. And I don't know. I'm just being real. But what are you going to do if let's say you got in with the seller at full market value, you jack the price 20%, you collect a 20% down payment. Then the guy 12 months later gets his act together and goes to the mortgage company and says, hey, I want to buy this house. The mortgage guy says, great. I'm going to send my appraiser out there. Oops, it didn't appraise. It appraised for 10% more than it did last year, but not 20.
Yeah, that's not going to be helping them, and it's not going to be helping the seller because they got to go through it all over again.
Somebody's going to have to take a haircut. Somebody's getting a haircut. That's what that means. Or the deal ain't going to fly. Rick, have you ever seen anything like that happen?
You mean a house actually lose equity after a certain amount of time?
Or it didn't gain enough equity to meet the equity that you built into the deal initially?
More times than not. I mean, well, not more times than not, I guess. But no, I've ran into that scenario where it was just almost even.
Yeah.
I haven't ran into a negative, really.
Yeah. I haven't ran into it. Well, I did, but like back in 2008, 2009, I had 3 properties. Actually, at the time, I had 10, and 7 of them were sandwich lease options. Whew. Man, I took a beating. On that. And then actually I ended up making grand total $1,500. I sold all 7 properties as a package.
That's nice because then you can actually maybe take a little bit of a loss on one and still look, positive on a couple others and kind of level it out, right?
Yeah. Overall, it was I came out ahead 1,500. Yeah, that was an interesting year, but I was ignorant, and that inexperienced and ignorant at the time, and making some poor decisions based on my endless optimism. Anybody ever done that? Made poor decisions based on your eternal optimism?
Yeah.
Oh, this will go to plan for sure. Everything will be fine.
Yeah, I lost an entire package of 8.
Whoa.
One owner because the numbers just didn't make sense and I didn't do my homework, man. And that would have been a big deal.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a hard one, man.
Oh, it stings. Yeah, it's tough.
Hey, Justin, let me ask you something. I may have asked this before, but I wanted to see if anybody else in the room has experienced this. But in South Carolina, if you get into a lease option situation, you've got to keep the option and the lease as 2 separate documents. But if you end up having to evict the tenant because they're not paying, or for whatever reason, if they take it to court, the magistrate's going to say that you're going to have to take this to the master in equity and foreclose rather than evict, because they determine that there is equitable interest in the property, and anytime they determine there's equitable interest, they send it to the master in equity for foreclosure.
Man, that sounds like the nuttiest shit I have ever heard. Because I could go anywhere there then and put a property under contract. Technically, I have equitable interest. It could be a purchase and sale agreement I haven't closed on for another 45 days or 60 or 90 days. Let's set it out. Closing is 90 days away. But that contract gives me equitable interest. Does that mean that I could break in and move in? The guy'd have to foreclose on me? I mean, it's crazy.
No, it's only when you have a lease option situation where you have a lease where the person's going to be living in the house and has been living in the house. But when you try to,
okay, I'm following you.
Yeah, when you try to evict them, they're not going to allow you. In a lot of cases or a lot of counties, they're not going to allow you to evict you. They're going to send you to the master in equity to foreclose on the person because of the fact that somebody mentioned that the option payment was really a down payment, and part of the rent that you're going to be paying every month, $50 of that's going to be applied towards the purchase price of the house, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So every time,
you're
building equity.
Yeah, I don't do that, man. I don't do that. Okay, so in other words, I think there's a way around it probably there. I'm not a lawyer there, but or anywhere. I only I just play one on TV. But I think it sounds like there's a way around it. And one thing would be to drop the rent credits. Was Rick going to say something? Did I hear?
No, that's exactly what I was going to say. It sounds like, it sounds like whatever contract caused that problem could be solved with just one little disclosure added to it. But yeah, that sounds like a total rent credit scenario right there.
Yeah, but
I thought that was the only time that happened, is if you were given rent credit.
No, it happens even when you're not giving rent credit because the option, a lot of people used to do a lease option agreement as one agreement. So basically in this situation, we got to keep the option and the lease totally separate from each other. But if the magistrate construes the fact that if they even believe that there's any kind of equitable interest, they're going to send it to the master in equity.
What is this, South Carolina?
Yeah.
I'm going to write this down.
What's the foreclosure process there? How long does it take?
Basically, it can be 6 months, I think, kind of typical.
So a disclosure couldn't be added to the contract that equitable interest was not, being accrued within, the realms of this document, or just some sort of disclosure wouldn't eliminate that?
The thing is that it doesn't matter what's in the contract. The magistrate is just going to kick it up to the master in equity if they think that there's any kind of equitable interest in the property.
I think the solution would be real simple: a lease agreement and a purchase agreement with an extended escrow period. Then there's no question whether or not there was equitable interest, in my opinion. But again, what do I know?
I smell a new class coming.
Oh, I'm gonna try to find a pro over there in South Carolina, like a legal real estate pro, and I'm gonna see if I can get him to break it down for me. Maybe even if I can get him on the show, that'd be cool, huh? We could talk about that.
Yeah, and if you want him, he can call the Richland County courthouse and get more information exactly.
The Richland County whorehouse.
Damn, they're on speed dial.
You said courthouse.
I think I did, but
I don't think there's much difference, probably.
Yeah, probably not a lot.
Hey, terrible. I'm sorry. God bless all you magistrates and overlords.
Hey, is that just does that seem to be a county thing?
No, I've heard that it happened even with the people that run the local RIAs. They've had the same problem when they try to evict on a lease option, and magistrate just kicks it up to the master in equity.
Huh.
So you either got to do a cash for keys situation, or you got to take them through the whole foreclosure process.
That's interesting, man.
Kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Justin, can you talk more about, you mentioned leaving, having an extended closing time. I heard that somewhere before. I don't remember where, but I don't know much about it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's just real simple. You have normally on a lease option or that type of transaction, whatever you're calling it, you have a lease agreement, and you also have an option to purchase agreement, and you create your money as a wholesaler in the middle by charging that non-refundable option fee, which is really a fee to assign that option fee over to the option agreement over to them. So you're just replacing you in the option agreement with them, and that's normal. Okay. But in this scenario where you're using a purchase agreement, you would use a lease agreement, and then you would just have a regular purchase and sale agreement between the buyer and the seller, the tenant buyer and the seller. And all it says is that, let's say today is let's say the 10th of January. Let's say it doesn't close.
11th, I think.
Okay, the 11th. Okay, then it's got a closing date. You know how every purchase and sale agreement has a closing date on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, it says January 11th, 2022.
Yeah. And I asked them about that. They said that the purchase contract could be set to close like within 2 years. But at
Yeah.
the same, but
Yeah.
it's
Couple years.
complicated though.
Yeah, a couple of years. It doesn't sound that complicated. I don't know. I'm probably not understanding the full thing. Hey, to answer your question here too, Rocky, I'm on the automated REI. I'm gonna slide over here. I'm gonna go down to list pulling. Okay, you guys probably saw this the other day on a video. He wants to see it real quick. And you name your list. Okay, you put your name, your email, your phone, and here's the interesting tab, in my opinion, the list options: for pre-foreclosure, foreclosure, vacant, absentee, owner occupied, cash buyers. Here's your cash buyers. Well, here's your expired listings. Those are failed listings. Okay. Now, if you come down here, you finish filling it out. Come down here. Please, guys, don't get cheap on me now. Okay. Don't try to buy it in at 3 cents and then be disgruntled because you had a decent percentage of the numbers that didn't come back or the numbers were wrong. Okay, go ahead and pay for the best data, core logic stuff. This is competitive with the big dogs out there. All right, get the tier 3. It's 6 whole cents for the list and the skip trace. So you can't beat that. You can't beat that. It's really just that simple. And then guess what? It'll do a list and it'll skip trace for you. Now, let's say you bought a list, but you didn't have it skip traced yet, and you've just got a list. Then what you want to come over here and click skip tracing. And you can fill in the blanks here, name your campaign, put all your stuff there. All right. Now here's where you upload your list. Just upload your list here. Click what kind of format you want. And then again, select tier 3. Because you already own the list, it's only 5 cents now. Okay. All right. So pretty easy, guys. But that's how you would do a cash buyers list or any list on automated REI.
So you're talking about owner financing earlier. What would you look for, like, to try to find owner finance deals? Like high equity or?
No, you would want low equity probably, or some kind of motivated FSBO. Motivated FSBOs. Actually, what we were going to talk about today, when I brought that up earlier, I like to do lease options. Okay, in some particular times, I like to do subject twos. Okay, there has been a few occasions where I've done just like a different arrangement of an owner finance, but for the most part, I keep it simple. Me and my people, we just do a lot of lease options. And so, that's kind of my flavor of the month, I guess. But what I was going to talk about with Bucky Beeman is he is like an expert on getting owner finance deals, but he's finding them off. He's finding them off MLS.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the expired listings. That's what he was going to.
Oh, okay.
That's what he was going to talk about today. go the expired listings, or you do a blast. Let's say, for example, you could do a blast to realtors, okay, and then you let all the realtors know, hey, if you've got a listing that's about to expire, why let it expire? Why let it just fall off the map? Bring it to me, baby. Bring it to me. Okay. So, there's a lot of ways to go about that, but that's one way. And Bucky, he's a young man, but he got his first deal doing that. And then he got his second deal and his third deal and his fourth deal and his fifth deal and his sixth deal, all owner financed. Okay.
If you were pulling a list, you would be like looking for low, like expired listings with low equity.
Well, you could do expired listings. In this particular scenario, I was more picturing in my mind doing a scrape on Zillow for agents and doing a blast. Okay. That would be one way of doing it. You could do the failed listings or the expireds. Okay. Another source of motivated homeowner is the vacant or the absentees.
What about,
especially older ones, like 10 years old or more. I should do a video on like lists and what lists are for what best, and right? Maybe.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yes, that would be great.
Yeah, that's a good one, because I get that question a lot,
I heard or saw recently somebody is really using, was it and I guess you would go get it from your local courthouse or whatever. What is it? Water shutoff list.
Yep. I heard that too. And I also have tried myself in my market area here locally, to get the property code violations.
Yeah, that can be.
Yeah, stuff like that. All that's really good. But you're going to have to put in some work to get that stuff.
Yeah.
And some money too. I'm too lazy for that stuff, y'all. Okay. That's just honest. I'm too lazy for it. Like, I really literally tried one time to motivate myself to go down to the courthouse and ask somebody. And then I just picked up the phone and called down there, and they gave me a runaround real quick and easy, like they love to do. And I was like, oh, okay. So I called like another person, and then I just gave up.
You said you like to do a lot of text, like texting. Do you do any like voice blasting or like postcards?
I used to do ringless voicemail, but I don't do it anymore. And I just basically stick with the text blast now. I don't do ringless voicemail anymore because I don't feel it's as effective as the texts. And I don't do snail mail anymore. Okay. I used to. God, I used to. And man, it was like the most stressful part of my life. So I didn't want it anymore. I don't need it, guys. I mean, when you have the 4 peaks, getting leads, converting them, marketing deals and converting those. Okay. When you're looking at the 4 peaks, getting leads, how many leads do you need? Right.
Yeah, if you're getting decent ones.
Okay. Yeah. You don't need a lot of leads. You need a good number of leads. You can get a good number of leads off of any of these tools, buying a list and skip tracing it, blasting it, scraping for Zillow, scraping Craigslist. Just that one automated REI, just that one machine alone would produce enough leads for a business to get going. But
yeah, Michael's has made it so easy.
Yeah, he has.
Not to mention inexpensive compared to anything else.
Yeah, and affordable. Yeah, absolutely. So
yeah, Mike is the man. That REI is something else, man.
And it's coming along even better and better all the time. That's the best part. Here's the thing: as a coach, I get a lot. Did you guys ever see Glenn Ross? He's like, the leads are weak. He's like, the leads are weak. You're weak. Like that. You remember that? Yeah. That's kind of like what's up.
The REI automated, man, is my benchmark app to go to.
Yeah. I love it, man. And you know, I've got a student. Her name is Amina, and I hope she doesn't mind me calling her out here. But Amina has been with me since October, I think, as a one-on-one student. And Amina is in a very, 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 very hot market, tough market, lots of competition in every sense of the word. Okay. And they even talk about this city in rap songs. So, you know, it's too legit to quit down there. All right. So anyway, it's tough. But anyway, she's been working at this lead generation. She's the only student I have, I think, that I can say this about. Well, maybe that's not true, but she's the one that stands out to me because she's been with me since October. This is January. That's November, December, so like 3 months or something, maybe September even. Yeah, so 3-4 months. The first 2 months, she was generating leads on automated REI, calling. I asked her, you making 5 calls a day? Yes. You make 5 calls today? Yes. Are you doing 5 calls every day? Yes. Yes. Every day. Okay. Keep up. Keep it up. Let's role play. Let's polish you. Let's keep it up. I got these leads. She started getting frustrated. I could tell at about day 60, day 70. And she's like, I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to quit. And you know, when people start talking like that, that means some shit, right? I'm never going to die. I'm never giving up. And I was like, I said a little prayer for Amina. Lord help her. You know what? She never once came to me and said the leads are weak. Never. She just got better. And you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, Amina, but I believe you told me last week you sent out 2 contracts on 2 different deals, and you're working on closing with buyers now, finding and closing buyers. Hey, great job. You have to stick to it though, guys. You can't just get leads. And I got another student. He's the complete opposite. He's got leads, and I tell him how to get leads, but those leads aren't good. And these other leads aren't good. I wish I could just get a better lead. Yeah, I wish I could just have money just vanish right up into my, out of their account, right up into mine. But that ain't going to happen, man. Lead is a lead, y'all. There ain't no Glengarry leads, and they're not for you because it would be a waste for you to have. That's bullshit. A lead is a lead. Give me a phone book. Okay. I'm thinking about doing a live show, guys, I got to jump off here. I'm just going forever, but hey, I'm thinking about doing a live show where I start and I don't stop calling until I get a deal. And I want to see how long it takes. Live.
Sounds great. Cool.
What if I have like a horrible day that day, and at like hour 19, I'm like, hello, this is Justin.
Well, partner up with somebody. If it take that long, you can put somebody else on the other half.
Oh man, I love it. That's a great idea. Oh my God. 24/7. No, we can't do 24/7 because people are asleep. But we could definitely.
But since I got with you, Justin, every lead I get, man, I hate texting now. I like to talk because it's helping helping me learn to talk to people. So
yeah.
If I get a lead, they say text me only. I text them, can I call you then? So we can go from there. I don't text them and say I want to buy your house. So
yeah, I love that. Thank you for sharing that, man. It's I'm boggled at it. That's my point. I think is overall is that this list, that list, this other list, this machine, that machine, this blaster, this ringless voicemail, this postcard thing, this automated deal machine thing, and Propstreams and CRMs, and my head explodes, and nobody even looked at the 4 mountain peaks. Okay, because it's really just simple, guys. But you make that money, you get the lead, but you got to convert the lead. I don't know, Rick, you've done a number of real estate deals, man, a good number. What have you ever done one without talking to the seller at all?
I've done one where I did talk to them, but almost everything else was done through a text.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you had to communicate with them. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But most of them, yeah. I mean, most of them, it's between text and call. Well, I like the text, and I do have some drivers. So I send out the postcard with a picture of their house on it. And then, of course, phone calls.
Yeah. Guys, here's what I did. I found one thing and I did it. It made me leads. That was good enough. I got good at converting leads. That was good enough. Then, you know what? You go back to the beginning and you find another little machine that produces leads and you throw that in on top. Okay. And you just keep doing it. Right. And you know what? Guess what? People want to know, like I'm some kind of master of all lead generations and shit. Are you kidding me? There's more lists and ways of getting deals and then I could even begin to rattle off, let alone do. Like, just pick one and get good with it. Like Amina. Okay. Get good with it. That's all. Just stick to it. But yeah, you gotta convert these people. I'm sorry I'm so preachy, y'all, but I love you. Thank you for being here. Anybody got anything else they need to share before we close up today?
I'll share a little something.
Yeah, please do, Rick.
I spent a good portion of 2019 like practicing my scripts and trying to get the right script and what do I say and am I saying the right thing, and I've kind of always been that way.
Yeah.
But now that I look back, it never really was about the script, and that's just something I wanted to share with everybody. It was more just about catching that person at the right time in their life, and it was just following up. It really didn't matter what I say.
Yeah, exactly.
At the end of the day, it was just, I mean, sometimes it was like 8 points of contact and the person's like, hey, you've been sending me this, or, hey, I got your text, 7 times over the past 7 months. And it was never about what I said. It was just about catching them at the right time. And that truly just turns it into a real numbers thing. So anybody that's really worried about saying the right thing or saying the wrong thing, if you catch a motivated person and it's the right time in their life, it doesn't matter what you say. Right. If you're in that position to do business with them, they're going to do business with you. And that's kind of one of the things that I kind of pieced together that, now I just pick up the phone. I don't know their situation. I just pick it up and talk, and, having that conversation, man, catching them at the right time is what it's all about.
I totally agree with that.
Good point, Mike.
Yeah, that's very true.
There is some answers that you probably ought to learn, and some things that you can build your confidence level for making that call. But Rick is right. I mean, you can totally, and I've demonstrated it live here on other videos, I think, where I call the person and it's just like they're kind of like, yeah, you want the house? Yeah, take it, because I need to get the heck out of here. And I don't need to be smooth or silky or, I don't need to be, slick or anything. I just need to go ahead and do the deal. I need to not talk myself out of it. I've seen people do that too, but yeah, man, Rick is right. That low hanging fruit, those people that are truly, and I know you guys probably get tired of hearing me say this, but the honest truth is I've been a salesman for a long time. And something I've been doing from the very beginning, whether you are a believer or not, I've been doing it from the beginning. And I'll say, God, hook me up with the people that I can help. That's all I need. I can't, I can't help everybody, but hook me up with the people that I can help that I can make money too, make this a win-win. And you know what, man, there's something about that attitude, that attitude is big. It goes a long way with a homeowner when they're motivated. You know, so you will find those people if you're looking. But anyway, anything else, guys? Hey, Rick, that was great, man. Great comments. I wish you
thank
could.
you, Rick.
I wish you guys could take your cameras on, turn your cameras on. And
Hey, Justin, which one of the lead processes on automated REI you think give you the best leads? Is it the Craigslist, the Zillow? Which one do you think?
Yeah, it depends on what market you're in. You know, I'll give you an example. Clark County, Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gonna find nothing on Zillow over there. You scrape Zillow all day long, and you're gonna come up with 1 or 2 or 6 or something. Like, you know, you don't get nothing.
I was telling you, I was tracing Henderson.
Yeah. Well,
so
same way.
I expanded to Summerlin and everything. I still only got like maybe 10 or 12 leads. So.
Yeah. So Craigslist is the hot ticket over there, or the list pulling and skip tracing, list pulling and skip tracing. One of the two. That's what I would recommend for that area. Yeah. There's another fellow that's wanting to move into the Clark County area in our club here. Donald Johnson.
Yeah, Donald yeah.
So you guys, and also we have a guy that's actually right there we have a guy in the club too that lives in Vegas, and he would probably be happy to be boots on the ground for you there if you needed it.
Who's that?
Angelo Ferrari.
Really?
He's a one-on-one student of mine as well, guys. Excellent.
Yeah, I'd
man.
like to link up with him, and maybe if I find something, I have somebody that can go look at it.
Dude, he'd probably love to
out.
talk about it. He's in the VIP room. Y'all hit him up. Y'all are in the same club. You just ain't met yet.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still in the Chicago market right now, so.
Yeah, but you've been talking about doing it over there. Hey, and Chicago's problematic anyway because it's in the great state of Illinois.
Right.
Yeah. All right, guys.
I don't know how that new law affects lease options. I know we're talking about wholesaling, but I'm not wholesaling on lease.
Well, no, I think it has to do with the marketing of the property. That's the issue. But you and I will talk about that more, man. I think there's no real way around it. I don't want to sound negative, but it's a toughie. Illinois is a toughie right now. I mean, but are you moving though? You're moving, right?
Yeah, we was talking about moving next year, but my wife just got an offer for about $30,000 more a year on her job, so she's talking about staying on it another year.
Well, why don't you do this with Angelo over there and find you a partner in the VIP and just do it somewhere other than Illinois? That'd be cool.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what's great about this club, guys. It's really, man, you guys really help each other, and I appreciate that.
Well, I got appointments. Maybe we'll talk. I got appointments set up with you on Tuesday, so.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah, we'll look forward to that, man. That's cool. All right. Well, hey, everybody, I love you. Y'all have a great, blessed rest of your weekend. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. Good talk, guys. I enjoyed it.
Thanks, Justin.
Thanks, Justin.
Yeah,
thanks everybody.
Justin. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. We'll see you.
All right. See you next time.